Hi, I'm Karen, and Joe and I are in Glacier National Park, doing some hiking. All right. Joe and I have been talking about coming to Glacier for over 10 years, and this year we finally made it. We took 7 hikes for a total of 49 miles in 6 days, ranging from a 2-mile hike on a nature trail to a 12-mile slog through the rain. A couple of quick tips for hiking here. First, always check the weather forecast before you head out. It can be hot and dry in the middle of the summer, or rainy, snowy, and cold at any other time of year, so be prepared. Second, have a plan B for each hike you plan to take, in case you can't find a place to park at the trail that's your first choice. This is a really busy park, and parking lots for popular trails fill up quickly. Glacier instituted a reservation system for driving on Going to the Sun Road, which is the main road through the park, so be sure to figure that into your plans. Alternately, there's a shuttle bus system that you can use to get to busy trailheads. However, the shuttles end after Labor Day, and the park is still pretty busy for a few weeks after that. Just have a backup plan so you don't spend your day trying to find a parking spot instead of being out hiking on the trails. For our first hike, we drove the Going to the Sun Road to Logan Pass. We didn't think there would be any parking spots at Logan Pass for hiking the Highline Trail, and there weren't. So we drove another couple miles farther to CA Bend and took the trail heading to Preston Park. We ended up going a bit past Preston Park towards CA Pass in order to check out the views, and then escaped the winds and had lunch at Preston Park.
Hi guys!
How are you all? Hi, doing good, thanks. How about you? Other hikers told us there were several grizzlies grazing on the Piegan Pass Trail, about a quarter mile from our lunch spot, but we didn't go looking for them. We did see a family of 3 black bears on our drive home. For this hike to Grinnell Lake, we drove to the Mini Glacier Lodge parking area. We started at Swift Current Lake, walked past Lake Josephine with a good view of Grinnell Glacier, and then to Grinnell Lake. If you want a longer, steeper hike in this area, you can cut off near Lake Josephine and hike up to Grinnell Glacier, which is a very popular hike. And we're back. My dad was a backcountry ranger in Glacier in the summers of 1962 and 63, and we lived in a little ranger cabin in Cut Bank that I think was torn down in the early 1970s. I don't think there were many women like my mom in those days who were willing to live in a rugged cabin in the backwoods of Glacier with an infant and a toddler. So this is a shout out to my mom for being so gutsy. She even climbed Grand Teton in 1959 on her honeymoon. This hike was a Plan B hike. We wanted to hike to Avalanche Lake, but it's one of the most popular trails in the park, and we knew that we weren't likely to get parking at the trailhead unless we arrived around 8 a.m. And since we're on vacation, we arrived later than that, and yes, there were no parking spots. So we headed back to the very cool McDonald Lake Lodge, looked around a bit, and hiked Snyder Lake Trail to Snyder Lake. There was a big fire in this area in 2017, so there were a lot of burned trees, but the lake was beautiful.
Feel it in my bones, I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky, I can feel the winds of change. You live and you love. Surprised by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on you. Caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should.
There's a place I have found in the shade on the ground, far from all worries and troubling sound. When I go there to be by myself.
Thanks.
Have fun out there.
We are in the Two Medicine area today, and the wind is howling out there.
In the sky, there's a cloud drifting by. All kinds of birds make you wish you could fly.
We go up here and we keep going to Rockwell Falls.
We planned on a 7-mile round-trip hike from Two Medicine Lake to Rockwell Falls, but at a trail junction, the trail to the falls was closed. All right, plan B. So we are going to go up to Two Medicine Lake, and this is why it's good to carry a map.
I hope you feel the same way too.
Woohoo! On the way back, Joe wanted to return on a longer route on the north side of Two Medicine Lake, and I wanted to go back the way we came, which was a shorter route since there was rain coming. I lost the coin toss, and we ended up doing a 12-mile hike, the last 4 miles of which were in the rain. It was a bit quiet in the car on the way home, but I did get some huckleberry pie out of it.
I guess it would be nice to belong in your arms.
And we're going to try and beat the rain back, but I don't think we're going to be successful.
There's a place I have found in the shade on the ground.
Another mile, and we'll be done, and I can quit grouching. And this is why I'm not a thru hiker. I'll have some huckleberry pie, I hope. The rain that had come in on our Two Medicine hike stayed around all night and all morning, so we took advantage of the weather to sleep late. Also, we were a bit beat from the 12-miler. By the time we got to the St. Mary trailhead, the sky had cleared up enough to hike the 6.6-mile round trip to St. Mary and then Virginia Falls. waterfall. You'll like it.
We cross at Horsebridge, come over here to McDonald Falls, and then continue back here.
Our flight home on our last day didn't leave until the early evening, and after checking out of our cabin, we were able to take 2 short hikes before we left. The first was a 3-mile, almost loop to Johns Lake and then to McDonald Falls. We stopped at McDonald Lodge for a trail lunch and then headed to the Fish Creek area, which is about the closest point in the park to the airport in Kalispell. And we hiked almost 2 miles to Rocky Point. Last lunch.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side, our fears are done.
Our last hike.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
And like many of the other days here, it can't decide if it's going to rain or if it's going to be sunny. Either way, we're on our way to the airport, so we'll leave this beautiful place behind. If you ever have the chance to visit Glacier National Park, do it. And I'll see you on the next hike.